Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of My Chaotic Budget. My name is Sandra and on this channel we do all things budget related as it pertains to mine and my husband's paychecks. And in this episode we are finally getting to a debt update. And yes, the number is going to be bigger than the previous debt update, but for good reason. All right, well, welcome to everybody who has been here before. Thank you for following me on my journey. And for those of you who are new, be ready for some updated chaos. So in this episode, we're going to go ahead and just kind of get into the highly anticipated debt update. Especially for me, I anticipated this. I was looking forward to doing this because it's been a while. And it's always good to see where things are going, especially when we feel like they're going in the right direction. All right, so a lot of things on this channel I do keep private. And recently I added my US bank debt into the picture. And the reason why is because I had to take out a personal loan to pay it off. And it had a huge balance on it, but it also had a very high interest rate. The interest rate that it was at was about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was anywhere between 24 and 29%. It was really high up there. And every month I was making huge payments towards it, but it was not going anywhere because most of it was going to the interest. So I decided to take out a personal loan and pay it off. And of course, try to do my best to find a good rate with a personal loan. And on the personal loan that we took, we were able to get an interest rate of 10.6%, which is a huge difference. And so we're going to start seeing this loan get paid off rather quickly. Okay, so this is the second SoFi loan that we took out. And with this second SoFi loan, of course, it's $25,000. And on this chart, there are 100 squares to get to the finish line. And so that means that each square is going to equal $250 of the principal being paid off. And we'll color it in every time we make some progress towards it. This, of course, will only be getting the minimum payment made towards it because it's not our focus right now. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys so that way you can see where we're at. Okay, so I just recently, of course, got this at the beginning of June. So we're going to take a look here at the bottom and see where we're at. And boom. We have one square colored in. We have one square colored in because, of course, we made the minimum payment of $541 and $371 of that is paid towards the principal. Therefore, we were able to color one square. I know it's a little dirty, it's a little messy, but I'm going to have to color the square before I write in the number. I'm going to have to remember that. It's about trial and error, right? So I know I need to do that. These charts are from debtfreecharts.com. I highly recommend them. I see a lot of fellow budgeters use these as a great visualization of your progress. And so just seeing one square makes me feel like, man, I got to do more. I got to do more. But of course, this one is not our main focus right now. So it's not going to get extra payments yet. All right, so then the next debt that we are going to look at is going to be the first SoFi loan that we took out. And of course, that was the original amount right here of $23,000. And with that $23,000, of course, we're going to see that each one of these squares was $230. And so there's 100. And so we have to fill that out. So every time we make $230 towards the payment, the principal, then we get to color in a square. And so this is where we are right now. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! So as of right now, we have paid off 17% of this loan. And this one is our main focus. So you can see how the amounts here are helping pay down the principal and getting us to being completed with this one. And my goal is to get this paid off within 2 years. And this was, of course, to cover our Best Buy credit card. This was to cover our Old Navy credit card. And this was supposed to cover our Macy's credit card. All those 3 had been paid off, and this is what we're doing to work towards it. So I'm very happy about that. This loan is at a higher interest rate than the second SoFi loan. And as we pay this down, I have been offered like to improve the interest rate, but I want to make sure that I do that at the right time. I don't want to do it yet because it's too early. I may want to make where I can get at least to 20% of the loan paid off, because what they're going to do is they're going to extend it. And I don't want to extend it and make the payments too low, because I do want to make sure that I get it. But if I can get the interest to drop at least 2%, I think that might be beneficial. And I'm afraid that I might get denied because I just opened up the second SoFi loan. And because I just opened it up, I am afraid that I will get denied and it might hurt my credit score. So that's why I'm going to wait just a little bit before we can do that, because then I want to make sure that we do it at the right time and make it work in our interest instead of theirs. All right, so you can see this is really, really good progress. I'm very happy that we are already down 17%. Like, we've taken care of this loan and we're 17% of the way, and we can see how this is colored in, and I'm happy about it. All right, and now we're going to go into the final debt that we're tracking, and this one is my MasterCard. This one has a low interest rate as well. Not as low. I think this one's at 16%, 16 or 18%, somewhere there. And I haven't been able to include it in any of the refinancings or anything like that. But for right now, I'm okay with that until I can make sure and I'm guaranteed that it's going to get approved. And if it does, then I'll do a different personal loan to pay this off. And then that way it'll be at a lower percent. And we're really making some good progress, so I'm really happy. All right, so of course our starting balance was $5,688.33, and we started tracking this on February 28th. And each square is $56.88. It's the same concept. It has 100 squares. So every time we pay $56.88 of the principal, we're able to color one in. This one was moving a little bit slow because the payments are smaller. So I had to increase the payments on this one because I want to see progress. And that's why visualization is so important. So let's see where we're at. And boom, here we are. Okay, so we have paid off a good amount now. We're at 3% done. It was moving super slow, and I was not happy with the progress that it was making, and that's why I increased the amount that we were putting into this payment. And you can see just by doing that, we've been able to move the bar, and I plan on doing that more often. And I did write down the current balance here. So this is a great thing to see. So we're at $5,501.92. And I think that that's what I need to do for these others as well, to put the balance. So I know I'm putting what is getting paid towards the interest, but I think I'd like to put the balance instead, because I kind of like the way that that looks, because I can see a little bit more of the progress being made in that sense. So I'm very, very happy about that. Okay, so our starting balance for our total debt was $53,688.33. It's a huge number. Like I said, the number is a lot higher, but that's because I'm also sharing more than what I had before. So as you share more, then of course the numbers are going to increase. And here is where we are. All right, so now, as of today, our current balance is $49,051.15, which is awesome because we're out of the 50,000s. We're out of the 50s and we're into the 40s, which is great. That means, of course, since we've started our journey on this, we are down by $4,637.18, which means we are 8.6% of the way, which is awesome. I think I may get another chart that has the total debt amount, and I think I'm going to track the progress in that way too. So that way I can see a bigger picture. So that's why I've saved the numbers here, so that way I can put them down on another chart once I'm able to print one. So that's our update, guys. I know it's a big number. I know what we have, and I see where we are, but I can also see that we're making some really great strides in our debt progress, and I'm doing my best to make better financial decisions when it comes to paying the debt. And like I said, I'm going to keep my eye out for when the opportunity comes for me to get an updated interest rate on our SoFi loans, and also if it's possible for me to pay the other debts that I have and put that towards it. Because that's the goal, is to get rid of our debt. I mean, the whole journey is to become debt free. And it's a challenge. It really is, especially in this day and age. So many things around us that we want to have. And there have been things. We bought a water heater. We had to get some of our house repairs done. We needed to buy clothes and we didn't have money for clothes. We bought more than we wanted. We bought things that we found as luxuries, but we don't do that anymore, not as much. And that's why we need to pay down this debt, so that way we can have more money in our pockets for our future, and of course for the future of our children. All right, well, that's it. That's all I've got, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be kind. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.